First company up is Pro AT Group, and we have Sam who's going to do a presentation. I set the timer, and I'll come back on in about 13 or 14 minutes. So welcome, Sam, and thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Thank you, David. Thanks for having us along again. This is our second time at ATI Demo Days. It's a real fun event, and it's a good challenge to try and get this done in 15 minutes. I can see the time has started, so I will get on. As you can see, there is a QR code on the screen there, so it's a good chance to get your camera out and just take a little picture, and you can get lots of information from there straight away, booking any one-to-one meetings with me, or just find out more about ourselves. As I said, I'm Sam. I'm the product specialist for ProRevise, part of the Pro AT group of software. You might have also heard of our other program, Pro Study, but ProRevise is what we're having a look at today. So basically, I'm just going to quickly introduce what ProRevise is all about, and then we're going to have a demo and see it in action. That's if my keyboard starts working. There we go. So what is ProRevise? So ProRevise is a revision tool, and it's basically a comprehensive and holistic solution for the entire revision process. And basically it was developed in demands of students' needs of more personalized, diverse, and engaging study methods. I think when it comes to revision, I don't think there's a lot of support out there. It's a difficult challenge when you have an exam. It's difficult to stay engaged in the study and revision process, and having some kind of gamification really helps. What's great about ProRevise is it's a whole range of multiple methods of revision. It's not just flashcards and note-taking. We've got 10 different engaging I might call them games. It's a nice way of calling them methods, but they are fun and they are engaging. So I probably will reference them like that from time to time as part of the solution. One thing I want to mention at the beginning as well is ProRevise is designed to be a year-round study aid. It isn't just a cramming tool. I think this a really important part of revision is being able to continuously go back to your study material, and the way that you input your study material into ProRevise, we kind of call it a scaffold approach to learning, is really useful for kind of promoting spaced repetition, and obviously that helps with retrieval practice, and it's a real key effective way of learning. So I'm not going to say too much because I want to show you the software, and I'll carry on speaking about it as we go along. So let's have a little look. So ProRevise itself is a web app-based solution. You log into it via your browser, which means you can use it on a Chromebook, MacBook, PC. Every user gets their own account and they can log in on any device and get started with revision. I've got a little example before. I'm just going to show you how a student starts to use it, and then we'll have a go at literally going 1, 2, 3 and getting straight into some revision. So as I mentioned before, ProRevise has a scaffold approach to learning, and that can be started when we literally add our exam in. So a great thing about ProRevise is it doesn't kind of matter what kind of course or content that you're doing. It's all about what you feed into ProRevise, and it will extract from that in terms of its revision methods that it has. So a student will start, they'll have an exam that they want to study for, and they can put their exam title in here. So my example might be a nursing student who's doing a module in human anatomy, and they've got a human anatomy exam that they need to revise for. So that's going to be our title. And ATIA Demo Day. We could put our exact location, time and date. Even if the course is online, we could add that in there if we wanted to. And it's really important to get this in because some of the extra features that we have part of ProRevise, which we're going to look at as we go along. So again, let's say it's in February, and let's say, obviously I am in the UK here, so you will see some different times to what it actually is for you guys. Let's say it was at 8:10 at night, which would be pretty unfortunate to do an exam, but you can put your length in. It's important to have all this material as accurate as possible. So when it comes to adding material into ProRevise, we use the form of topic cards, and this gives us a few spaces to add our information of what we've been learning each week as the course goes out throughout the semester. So as I said, we're doing human anatomy. Let's say the first week we learn all about the heart. We can put that as the topic, and then we've got some spaces here. So we've got key terms, definitions, our notes and information in there, and we can even add images and web links as well. So we've been to class, we took notes. This time I happened to use Word to take my notes in here. I wrote down a quick definition. And it's very easy just to transfer information from anywhere where you take your notes in, because you can easily copy and paste. But what I would say is this is a great session itself for the student to review what they took in class and either expand on the notes that they took or even consolidate what they took if they thought they took too many. This is revision in itself at the very beginning of using ProRevise. I've got a quick definition in there. I've got some notes that I'm going to put in from class in here as well, which are going to be handy for me. You can use other assistive technology in here, such as Dragon. You can dictate straight into there as well. That all works, which is always nice to have assistive technology working a lot well alongside each other. We can bring images in, like I mentioned before. You could put multiple images in at the same time as well, which is always nice for getting things in quickly. They're nice little thumbnails, but you can always click on them and see them nice and clearly there as well. And we could add web links if we wanted to. That could be the first week. They've added the topic card in, and as the next week comes along, they'll add another topic card and enter what they've learned that week. Now, let's say week 2 was all about the brain. Now, I didn't mention a couple of buttons that we had before, but we do have these auto-generate options as well. Note-taking class can be difficult. We can be in different positions where we find it hard to focus and stay engaged. So if our notes weren't great, we can auto-generate some key terms and definitions, and they will be based off what your topic is and what the name of your exam is. And then that will fill that in for us. As you can see, it was all about the brains, and it knows I'm doing anatomy, and that's why I've got all those parts of the brain. You can even get it to give you a little bit of a starter on your note-taking part as well. And you can add a summary short there before you perhaps do some more investigating too. I always think it's good to add your own notes in as best as you can, but it's great to have that little boost for those who do struggle in that area. So that's an important part of ProRevise, is feeding it this information. And these topic cards are a great way to add that in, and you can save that. You also get a little note just to let you know if your input's a little bit brief, go back and add some more, try the auto-generate, or you can save, and you can carry on going from there. This will then take you to your area of where all of your exams are. I've got a few, and as I said, it doesn't really matter what kind of subject you're doing. You can study for all types of different exams, because it's all about the information that you put in. It also means that you can be at school, college, or university, because it's all based on the level of education that you are at as well. As you can see, I've got a geography course going on here, some history, an exam, obviously human anatomy, zoology, even Spanish, you can add into there too. If we come out of here, let's go back to the home page, and let's just picture ourselves as we're about to start some revision. So we're going to pick our exam. You can also base yourself on a learning style if you want to, depending if you know you work well in a particular way. And this is where all of your methods are on the bottom here. So I'm going to try fill in the blanks first. The great thing about ProRevise is every single revision method built in will have real clear instructions of how it works. You just press the I, it tells you about that particular revision method, it tells you how to use it, and also tells you why doing this particular method is going to be useful for you. This is great for self-assessment because we're reading our notes again. We're helping comprehend the text. It's motivating us to read the text. I think if you ask a student with ADHD if go off and read your notes, how long they would do that for would be obviously to be decided. But if they've got some gamification behind that, motivating to read the notes, that could be really effective. There's also an easy and hard mode on this one as well, where it'll actually give you the options on there. The great thing about it too is you can stay engaged with the text because you can keep refreshing, and it'll give you a different set of bits and pieces there. And you can just go straight in and start reading and start getting on there. Now, we've only got 5 minutes left, so I'm just going to guess with these one after the other. Obviously, I would recommend that. I would read that and put these in as best as you can. You never know, I might get one right. looking at the text today. And then understanding. And once you've got those in, you can just reveal your hidden words. And there you go. This is why you can't cheat on tests, you see. But it's really important to kind of read the information that's there, and you've got a chance to kind of go from that, change your words, have a go again, and keep guessing what you've got inside that. So as I said before, there is 10 different engaging methods so far in here. We'll have more being developed as we speak. And with it being a web app solution, they'll just get added into the system. And just if anyone finds a new engaging method, they can just press I and learn all about how that particular method works. I want to show how contrasting different revision methods can be within ProRevise as well, just to show that there's kind of something for everybody in there. So we all learn and study and revise in different ways. So this time I'm going to change my exam and go for my geography course. Maybe I'm quite a visual person. And this time I want to look at the concentration method. This one's almost like revision cards on steroids, and it's a great way of just learning your key terms and definitions, and you can even time yourself on this. And I'm kind of proof in the pudding that this works, because I've been doing this example for a few times and I've really memorized quite well what each of these are and what they are. I know it's hard for you to see because you've only seen it for the first time, but it's pretty good. So we can see here, we've got the process of liquid turning into water vapor when heated. So I think that would be evaporation. I've got to try and find the key term. If I don't get them right, they flip over. That one was runoff. I can go over to here, infiltration, have a look, condensation. The movement of water over land surface and precipitation. So that's runoff. Did I say I'd seen runoff before? There it was. There we go. I can go over here again. We can go precipitation. I don't think we found that one yet, but there we go. I got quite lucky that time. Any form of water that falls as sleet or hail. The process in which water seeps becomes groundwater, infiltration. Was that over here? Oh, no, that was condensation. Infiltration's there. There we go. And as you keep going, there's our first one, which I think was there. Oh, no, it was over here. And then once we've got our final one, we've got them all over there. So repeatedly doing that has got me really quickly remembering what all my definitions are. I guess the fun part is remembering whereabouts on the screen they might have been. So we're going to return back and keep going here because we've got 2.5 minutes left. As I said, there's 10 different engaging methods into there, but as other features that are built into ProRevise that can be really useful. There's a great area for kind of well-being, of tips for revising, because again, a lot of people, especially with mental health conditions, may get a lot of stress and anxiety around exams. And using a program like ProRevise can help you put yourself in the best position possible at the time. So obviously the practice and the studying is going to be good, but there's some great stuff here to help managing stress, taking breaks and things that you can read to help yourself in there. We also have, for those who struggle with time management, a comprehensive study planner in here as well. And this allows you to import your calendar when you've got your classes. You can then create a study planner that basically allows you to choose your exam, choose what topics you want to revise for, because you might be stronger in others, and then create your study plan. And what this will do is it'll put events in your calendar that work for the times that work for you. So you can put when you're good at studying. So if you're a morning person and you like to study from 7 till lunchtime, you might be good on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays because you have too much class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You're a morning person. You also might have ADHD, so you can only really do 20 minutes at a time. Once you put all those in, it'll create the events for you and obviously not conflict with your regular study plan. And you can export that calendar and then you'll get reminders on your phone where they are. Just to finish off, there is also a mock exam feature that's built into here. We've got previous exams already here, but basically it'll create a test for you under test conditions with questions that are based in multiple choice, true or false, and fill in the blank type questions. And they will allow you to give a little test. You can see how you got on. You can retake previous tests. And obviously then you can go back and revise and go back in there for some more. We've got 30 seconds, so if there's any questions, let's fire them away, shall we? I know Jonathan's been answering them as best as he can, and Just to add another note as well, we do have a back end coming soon for teachers' resources to be added in as well. So even teachers can add own resources for their students in this program. There we go.
Thank you so much, Sam.